Everyone knows cardio is boring and step tracking can be somewhat tedious. So I tested the Conqueror app's Lord of the Ring challenge to see if I could gamify the steps that I was trying to get in from day to day, and the results were pretty surprising. So as a clinical psychologist and natural bodybuilder for many, many years, I wanted to see if gamification could really make a difference in terms of my motivation to go out and get my steps. So let's see if gamification actually helped me get there, and along the way, we'll rate the app on several indicators that will help you make your decision as to whether or not you need to get this app for yourself. The Conqueror app is a fitness challenge app that offers you different themes. I picked Lord of the Rings, but you can pick Harry Potter, you can pick superheroes, you can pick the Great Wall of China, you can pick many, many other things, anything that you find intrinsically motivating to yourself. Now, for me, since I picked Lord of the Rings, the app manually syncs with my Apple Watch, which I don't have on right now, but that's all right, and it will automatically track your steps and sync with your apps. Or if you're anything like me, I like to manually log my steps at the end of the day. Cool thing about this is, as you progress and log your steps, your little avatar moves along this map, and you progress through Rivendell, the Mines of Moria, Mount Doom, all your favorite Lord of the Rings locations, or at least all of my favorite Lord of the Rings locations. Lastly, once you have completed a challenge and you've walked all the way to Mount Doom or wherever it is you're going, you get an awesome medal to hang up just like you completed an actual race. At first, I wasn't really sure if it was more of a gimmick or if it would actually make me feel motivated, but some really cool features kept me engaged with the app, and I got my first medal. So let's give our first rating here. The step tracking experience, 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is almost perfect. You can either use your synced Apple device and or Fitbit and or other step tracking device, or you can manually enter your steps like I like to do at the end of the day. Really, really convenient, and so it gets a 4.5 out of 5 star. One could argue that it could get 5, but I am not apt to give 5 stars regularly. After logging my steps for a number of days and weeks with this app, I started to realize that it was utilizing gamification to amplify the psychological hook that pulled you in and made you more motivated. So why does this type of thing work to enhance our motivation? Number one, progress-based motivation. So as bodybuilders, I think we like tracking reps and we like tracking weights. And similarly to that, if there is a way to progressively track your steps, that is going to be intrinsically motivating. The challenge is going to help you create more intrinsic motivation because it's story-driven and not just numbers on a screen. The reason I picked Lord of the Rings is because there's already an emotional pull there, more on that later. And so if you can increase intrinsic motivation, that is going to make it infinitely more likely that you are going to accomplish or achieve whatever habit you are trying to track. Another thing to consider, dopamine and habit loops. You are going to get small milestone rewards with all of your achievements. So you are going to get postcards after certain milestones, you are going to get little videos after certain milestones, and you get to choose between saving a certain amount of water bottles and, I believe, planting a tree. I chose to plant a tree, so after every 20% increment, they plant a tree in the name of that accomplishment, which is so cool. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure that they're doing this. However, after 20, 40, 60, and 80%, I see that a tree is planted because of something that I did. I think that is pretty awesome. And this being about motivation, the medal that you get at the end, it is awesome. Check this thing out. Absolutely stunning, really nice figure, beautiful covers, and if you flip it around, you see that you actually, if you do the Lord of the Rings challenge and you complete the first challenge, you actually get the ring, which is wild, and it will follow you all along your journey to go from the Shire all the way to Mount Doom. So what's our rating here as far as motivation and engagement goes? Again, 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really want to give this one 5. I might give it 5, but let's just give it 4.5. The storytelling mode, postcards, the little videos that show you progression in the story, all great things that lead eventually to a tangible reward of a really cool medal. So motivation, 4.5 out of 5 stars. So if you are ready to purchase, let me add one more thing. Let me share with you my personal ritual with this app to increase my own motivation. So for me, walking has become more than just sort of seeing all those little metrics go up, seeing my percentages increase, see my little avatar travel along the way. I have actually made this into a personal ritual that is meaningful. So whenever I go for my walks, I go for walks with my father's ashes, which sounds like a really odd thing. We have it in this little urn, and I take them with me. I put them in my back pocket because, to be honest with you, I would have liked to have done that with him when he was alive. I would have liked to have gone to New Zealand and just, walk the trails and just felt like we were in Lord of the Rings. We watched all the Lord of the Rings, and this sort of made me feel more connected to him. And so, if you can find a way to turn this into a personal ritual and make it more meaningful, more intrinsically meaningful to you, that is going to increase the odds that you're going to reach your goals as well. So, what's the final verdict here? Well, in terms of fitness and psychology, the reason this app is going to work and it's going to help you out, it taps into dopamine rewards that are going to fuel your adherence and your completion of these goals. It is also going to help shift your mindset from something you have to do to something that you enjoy doing and can be more personally meaningful if you tie in a ritual with it. Now, what are some potential downsides? Well, if you don't care about the storytelling mode or the progress, or you're not nerdy in that way, then this might not be motivating to you, and so this app isn't for you. I will say the app could improve if it had more interactive fitness elements. I'm not so sure. Perhaps a community engagement page that was more obvious. I know that in the app you can also form teams, plus they have a story mode and sort of a regular mode. I do the regular mode. It's a lot more miles. Like the section I'm currently on is actually 680 miles versus I believe the story mode is maybe a couple hundred miles. So you can form teams, and that's another great way to boost motivation by sort of wrangling in a buddy to help you get along. Ooh, last sort of limitation. If you end up just buying one challenge, it is going to cost you $49.99. Now, I will say they have packages, and the more you buy, the cheaper each challenge gets, and so the cheaper each medal gets. Like, I believe mine was, under $200, and I got like 5 challenges. So you get a pretty steep discount if you choose to buy more challenges. So my final thought, if you have ever struggled with getting your steps in, and you're a big old nerd just like me, this could be the app for you, and I highly recommend you go out and try at least one challenge. They run sales pretty regularly, and you get a really baller medal at the end of it. And the final average score for this app being a 4.4 out of 5 stars. It really did take a ding on the cost effectiveness. I'd have to give cost effectiveness like a 3 out of 5 stars. It's kind of pricey. If you buy more, it's going to bring the price down. However, I think the medals are cool enough, and I enjoy seeing myself progress through Middle-earth, and that's why I keep using the Conqueror app. And if you want to go deeper into fitness and or bodybuilding psychology, check out my next episode, and I'll see you all there.